And now moving into backbends and inversions. These postures may not be suitable for you if you're still in your menstrual cycle, certainly if the flow is still heavy. We're going to curl the spine back down into the floor, press down into the arms and palms down beside the hips as we draw the heels underneath the sit bones. As we breathe in, then we pick up. Draw the tailbone up, lifting the fronts of the thighs, pushing down into the feet, the upper arms and shoulders. We can then bring up the hands to cup underneath the pelvis and draw the hands back towards the wall behind you, so we start to lift the upper body. This is a half bridge back bend, half Asana. The hands move back down, we push into the feet to stabilise as we drop the spine from the top to the tailbone. So we can repeat that, or we can move into a full Asana back bend. So either taking the hands underneath the hips as the pelvis lifts up, or rolling them back behind the ears and picking up onto the head and then lifting the spine. If we're taking a full back bend, then the abdomen is lifting, the pelvis is lifting, the tailbone is tucking through and the chest is rolling upwards. So preparing to come down, if we have the hands to the hips, they come down to the floor, otherwise we bring the head down and then bring the spine all the way down from the top to the tailbone. The knees hug over the chest and we clasp them, lifting the head, chin to chest, forehead to knees, bring up the tailbone and make some forward rocking top to bottom in the spine. Just counterposing the back bend. And then we come back to still point. So now we're going to move into inversion poses. Laying down on the floor, we bring the knees over the chest, push down to the arms and extend the legs back to the floor behind you. If they don't want to reach the floor, the toes don't want to reach the floor, then we have the legs suspended. Pushing down into the upper arms and the shoulders to protect the neck, we lift the spine through the tailbone. The heels are extending back and then the hands move up onto the lower back and ribs. So we're going to move into Shavasana, into shoulder stand. Placing the shoulders down into the floor, the legs initially lifting to 45 degrees, and that may be enough for some of you. Otherwise we can then lengthen the legs up through the balls of the feet so the heels are sitting above the hips. Keep extending down to the shoulders, elbows and upper arms to protect the pressure on the neck. It may even be, if you feel the neck is vulnerable, you can place a towel or a folded blanket underneath. So then we're going to return the legs to the floor behind you to Halasana plough pose. The hands move down. If the spine needs support, they can stay holding it, and then we bring the spine carefully down. The hands move underneath the bottom and the legs extend forwards. I'm just going to have to move back here because of the space restriction there. So the balls of the feet extend forwards, we push down into your forearms, lift up the heart and the top of your head, the crown, sits on the floor. The shoulders are rolled right back so the ribs at the front there are open and lifted as we breathe. This is Matsyasana, the fish pose. And the inhalation is creating expansion, opening the space between the ribs, your intercostal muscles. Okay, now we're going to carefully bring the spine back down, the hands come out from underneath,